Hello, and in this part 2 speaking video, I'm going to describe a website you use frequently. You should say what it is, why you use it, who told you about it, and explain why it is important to you. I thought about this topic for a long time, and all the websites I could think of, I thought maybe they're not available in every country. So I've chosen YouTube because it is available in many countries. If you come from a country that does not use YouTube, you probably have a similar video sharing website. So just use the same ideas but give it a different name. Don't talk about YouTube. I'm pleased you've asked me this question because I'm an internet junkie and spend ages surfing the net each day. Probably the website that I use the most is YouTube. As you probably know, this is a video sharing website that was started in around 2005, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe it was created by 3 former PayPal employees, and it is now owned by Google. I can't recall when I first started using YouTube on a regular basis, but I think my kids were active users of it before me, and they started showing me videos, and I probably got into it through them. There are a number of ways I use it. Firstly, when I'm working at my desk, I stream videos from my favourite artists. You can create playlists, so I have playlists for work that I can put on repeat. I used to listen to the radio, but I got distracted by the DJs talking, whereas background music is fine, and I reckon I even work faster when an upbeat song is playing. A further thing I use it for is when I need to find out some information. For example, I recently had a problem with my computer because it was making a strange noise when I was listening through my headphones. So I searched on YouTube and found some videos that explained what could be causing the problem. They were extremely useful, and the issue has been resolved. YouTube is particularly important for me because I remember a time when there was no internet access, and if you needed to find something out or work out the answer to a maths problem, for instance, you had to go to the library, and it took hours to find the info you needed. Now you can type into a search bar and find hundreds of videos to help you in an instant. It is an indispensable resource and has made the lives of many so much easier. The fact that all the videos can be accessed at no cost is mind-blowing, really. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the language used. Here's one I've used in many part 2 answers. You need to know how you're going to start your part 2. So I'm pleased you've asked me this question and the reason this is good is because you've got the present perfect. You have asked me. I'm an internet junkie. Junkie is quite an informal word and it means drug addict. So a person who is addicted to drugs. But we can say an internet junkie to describe somebody who is addicted to the internet. To spend ages, this means to spend a long time. We use the word ages to mean a long time. It's quite informal. You could use it in IELTS writing. We have been developing alternative forms of energy for ages, and it means for a long, long time. Surfing the net, to spend ages surfing the net, means going on the internet. As you probably know, it's just a little useful filler phrase. A video sharing website. So this is what YouTube is. It's a video sharing website. Used some passive here. It was started in around 2005. If you're talking about a different website, don't know when it was started, just say it was started in around 2005. You're not marked on accuracy in your answer. I'm not entirely sure. Please use this instead of saying I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe. Remember not to use I think over and over again. It was created by, so if you don't know who your website was created by, say, I've absolutely no idea who it was created by, but try to get the language in. Former, meaning previous, they previously worked for PayPal, former PayPal employees. It is now owned by Google. I can't recall when, meaning I don't know when. Recall means to remember. On a regular basis, very useful phrase, can be used in IELTS writing, meaning regularly, on a regular basis. Active users, meaning they use it all the time. If you haven't got children, if you're younger, you can say my friends were active users of it. I probably got into it through them. To get into something means to start liking something. I got into K-pop through seeing BTS on Twitter, for example. So to get into something, to start liking something. So I'm doing it like a bit like a mini essay, thinking of there are a number of ways I use it. So firstly, I'm going to look at the first example. When I'm working at my desk, I stream videos. When you play a video online or you play music on your phone, so you're using the music digitally, we call it to stream. So I stream videos and it's basically play. My favourite artists, a bit like say my favourite groups and singers, my favourite artists. Create playlists. So if you have Spotify, if you have YouTube, if you have Amazon Music, Apple Music, you can save music into a playlist so it plays all the songs you've put in the playlist. And I can put on repeat, and that means to play over and over again. It will just keep playing the same list again and again, to put on repeat. Remember to try and get used to somewhere in your answers. I got distracted by the DJ's talking. To get distracted means when you lose focus and your attention goes elsewhere. To get distracted. DJ stands for disc jockey. A person who talks on the radio is a DJ. So if you're listening to the radio, you have music and the DJ talking, by saying the talking distracted me. Background music, this is just music that's playing in the background. Another way of saying I think, I reckon. An upbeat song. An upbeat song is quite a fast song, a song that gives you energy. So now I'm going to give another example. So a further thing I use it for is, and so I'm giving the example of what I do, and then past continuous, it was making a strange noise when I was listening to music. You have to have grammatical range. If you don't have grammatical range, you struggle to get above a 5. Could be causing. So instead of saying what was the problem, could be causing the problem. And remember to paraphrase, not repeat the same words over and over again. The issue has been resolved. It's been sorted. It's been resolved. Now, important is quite a simple word, but I can make it more complex by using particularly important. Now, you're probably younger than me, so you can't remember a time when there was no internet access, but you might talk about a time when there was limited internet access in your house or in your university or in your country. To work out the answer, this means to find the answer, to solve the problem, to work out the answer. Remember to use for instance as well as for example. The info, very informal, means information. A search bar. This is a search bar and you find it on many websites, so it's useful for this topic. In an instant, it means instantly, immediately. An indispensable resource, very useful complex language, can be used in IELTS writing, and it means a thing that you cannot live without. An indispensable resource. So you can talk about cars being an indispensable resource if you think we need them. So very, very useful language for writing and speaking. It has made the lives of many so much easier. You don't always have to say many people. You can drop the people and say the lives of many, the lives of some. The videos can be accessed. We access videos. So the videos can be accessed at no cost. This means free. Mind-blowing. Very good adjective. And it's something that makes you go, wow, this is amazing. It blows your mind. It's mind-blowing. Thanks for watching.